In Moonfall, the latest film from disaster movie emperor Roland Emmerich, every remarkable idea is presented unremarkably. It's a hodgepodge of retread ground, with less humanity and artistry than Emmerich is known for, all stitched together in mechanical and uninspired fashion.
What the hell is that?
The premise is everything you could want from the director of Independence Day and The Day After Tomorrow. The moon has been knocked out of orbit, causing global calamity. Some conceptually unique aliens might be involved. The only people who can save us are a pair of disgraced astronauts estranged from their families, played by Patrick Wilson and Halle Berry, and a lonely conspiracy theorist. However, the version of Moonfall that exists in the imagination, based on its various trailers and synopses, is much more delightful, intriguing, and awe-inspiring than what ends up on the screen. Wilson and Berry are movie stars through and through, and there's something enjoyable about watching them approach broad and schmaltzy dialogue with such conviction.
The lyrics are, "I bless rains down in Africa."
What? No, they're not.
The two A-listers almost make Moonfall worth watching, but no one around them is even nearly on their level, with one exception. That exception is John Bradley's K.C. Houseman, the awkward comedy relief third wheel and the secret heart of the movie. The conspiracy theorist is an oddly fitting action hero for the age of QAnon and flat eartherism, and Bradley paints the character with a wonderfully sympathetic charm. The vague notion that all these people hovering just outside each other's orbits need to mend their relationships in their dying hour and come together faster than the moon hits the Earth is not altogether unworkable. However, it falls victim to some truly baffling filmmaking decisions, where every shot meant to accentuate the drama feels like the wrong one, and every cut feels determined solely by a computer with no human input. It moves both too quickly and not quickly enough, skipping hastily from beat to beat, but lacking any narrative urgency while taking ages to land on anything resembling real human emotion. While the music has hints of inspiration, it's usually obscured by the explosive sound mix, so it ends up being of little use. Little of this would be a major issue if the main attraction were halfway functional, but the spectacle is all similarly dull. There's rarely a sense of scale to the disaster, let alone a sense of human toll. Everything feels far away and nothing feels immediate. Every bit of empty CGI mayhem feels cobbled together at the last minute, resulting in interchangeable wide shots of metropolitan destruction that resemble goopy clay miniatures, only they lack the homemade charm. Once the heroes venture into outer space, the film finally has a chance to fine-tune its visual and narrative focus, but it keeps getting yanked back to the barely visible catastrophe unfolding on Earth. It also has an ending that, while presented as a novel victory, is secretly horrifying. But to dissect it would first mean listing its entire third act exposition dump, which is delivered in a shockingly boring environment and drawn from various 20th century conspiracy texts. Granted, there isn't a moment during which Moonfall takes these ideas seriously. If anything, its approach to conspiracy is surprisingly whimsical, which at least results in the saving grace of having Bradley's character safe in his own narrative bubble, far away from the dangers of the film leaning into real-world ugliness. Unfortunately, little else about Moonfall feels real either, from its emotions to its large-scale pandemonium. Everything Emmerich has executed brilliantly and unapologetically in the past feels tepid and incomplete here. The result is a mere shadow of much better films. The big ideas in Roland Emmerich's Moonfall are presented in the most rote and unimaginative fashion. Instead of disaster that feels like enormous spectacle supported by broad emotions, it plays out like a mechanical recreation of much better films, some of them by Emmerich himself. For more movie reviews, check out what we thought of Jackass Forever and Scream, and for everything else, stick with IGN.
Get rid of it.
Separate and maintain.